Okay, so good morning, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you're watching this video from. My name's Sarah Murray and I'm down at Rampz today in Manchester. And we're going to be doing a series of tutorial videos for a project, and we're starting off this project today at Rampz Skatepark. Because of the weather, because we're in winter, it's quite wet, so we're probably going to be filming the majority of the videos in this building right here. I'm going to be using a few of my friends to help me along this journey to hopefully teach you the basics in scootering, starting from the very basics up to some quite intermediate tricks. You're going to be taught the ins and outs of scootering basically, and it's going to be great. So there's going to be a new video uploaded every week, and so you can stay up to date with it and hopefully progress with the videos. So I'm going to go inside now and teach you the basics. Okay, so one of the first things you need to know about scootering is what safety equipment you're going to be using. So you always need to wear a helmet. So I've got mine right here. This is a ProTech Buckylastic helmet, which I've had for years. So always wear a helmet when you ride, because you don't know when you're going to fall. You don't know, you don't know when you're going to hurt yourself, because it's very unpredictable. So always wear a helmet, and I would suggest, if you're starting out, probably with knee pads as well, because you fall mostly to your knees. Your instinct when you fall is to go straight to your knees, so you need knee pads when you're starting out, because you're going to be falling quite a lot. The last thing I'm going to speak about is what shoes you should be wearing. So I'm wearing Vans half cabs, which are a skateboarding shoe, and they have a very thick insole on them, and they're made for skateboarding, so they're made for extreme sports. So they're very protective of your feet, and they're a mid shoe as well, so they cover a bit of your ankle as well. So you want some good protective shoes so you don't hurt the bottoms of your feet, hurt the sides of your feet, your ankles, and also you want shoes that are going to last you when you're riding, because you don't want to be buying like running shoes, like Nike shoes and stuff like that are just going to rip if you hit them, or if you scrape your foot across the floor, you don't want it to be ripping. So just make sure you've got protective shoes, protective gear on your knees, and always, the most important is definitely a helmet, because you can fall, hit your head, and that could be it. So you just want to make sure you're safe for when you're starting out. And when you're an intermediate rider as well, you just need to make sure that you've got all your gear ready and you're ready to go. So another thing you need to know is also what scooter you're going to be riding. So obviously I've got mine right here, and it's built to suit me. So it's all the parts that I like to ride, some of the quite higher end products as well. But when you're starting out, you don't necessarily need the best of the best, really. You also need one that fits your height, fits your size basically. Mine's quite small compared to a lot of other people's scooters, because I'm quite short. Especially if you're young and you need a scooter to start off on, just make sure it's not too big for you, because it can be very hard for you to control the scooter and do everything else. You ideally want one that's one piece rather than a foldable scooter. It'll last you longer, and it'll just be better for you in the long run. You just need to find one that suits you best, and then you'll be ready to go, pretty much. Okay, so the next thing you need to know before you can start riding the ramps is which foot stance is best for you. So the best way to figure this out is if you're left-footed or if you're right-footed. If you're left-footed, you will ride with your left foot at the front of the scooter. So your feet are like that. And then if you're right-footed, you need to have your right foot at the front of the scooter, and so you ride like that. And then whichever way you stand determines which foot you will then push with and which way you will be riding. So if you're riding left ways, you have your left foot there, and then your right foot will be on the ground, which we'll use to push. And then the same for if you're right-footed. So you have your right foot on the scooter and your left foot will be for pushing. That also determines which way you will then spin with tricks. You'll learn that in week 2. That's just the basics, so you'll be able to figure it out from there, which way feels comfortable for you. Obviously, if you're left-footed but this way feels comfortable for you, then by all means ride that way. But the idea is if you're left-footed, you ride that way. If you're right-footed, you ride that way. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'll just show you the basics on going down a ramp, basically. So I ride left-footed ways. So I have my left foot at the front of the scooter and I push my right, and then I just push, put my back foot on, and then go down the ramp. Okay, so that's basically the first week. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's really basic, but it's a lot. It covered a lot of things that you should know if you're getting involved with the sport, or even if you're a beginner already and you don't really know what it's about, kind of thing. Now you've learned all the basics, you'll be able to start riding the ramps and having a fun time. So tune in next week for 180s and 360s at Skatepark.